So a couple things came to mind. The more time you spend with these models and the projects, further into the weeds you get, and you don't want to get further into the weeds necessarily. Like sometimes you have to, you don't have a choice, but you don't. It's not something that you always want to do. So, um, so it's good to realize what's happening and to keep a certain distance to not get caught in the tight cycles like the news cycles, but to actually get on top of them and look ahead a little bit. Think about the next batch of work you want to do and then do it. Plan it out with the agent and then, have it work on it. Swarm as much as you can to do stuff in parallel. And that kind of keeps me out of the weeds more than um, really anything else I've done, but I haven't done much else. Just remembering. Okay. So the features page, user 116 simply the stories to verify what was done. Okay. Okay. Strange, strange stuff. As usual, I need to ensure that you verify this yourself. Did you perform UAT? Did you see all of the tabs on all of the pages showing up identically? Okay. So since I moved over from Kimmy to Claude, and then I ran through my Claude tokens, like a whole half a week's worth of Claude tokens in like a day. Then I got a little worried and then jumped back over to Kimmy. I just want to ensure that I am using my.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Oh, I wanted to make sure that I'm using my credits wisely to get out of jams, to fix things, to do maybe bigger planning, stuff like that. Um, but since I jumped over to Kimmy and I've been using my OpenCode, I tried so many dumb things before. I'm trying to like adapt Claude Flow because it was so good with Claude Code. And then I wanted to ensure that I had memory, so I tried using swarm tools. Meanwhile, the most popular plugin for OpenCode, just sitting right under my nose, my OpenCode, is the one that I didn't use. I mean, I'm literally in here using OpenCode, so obviously I'm not the one to go for the popular options. AMP and Z or whatever it was called are two other agents floating around in the back of my head. But um, because of that, I went my own route, and ultimately, I think my OpenCode is strong enough to where it doesn't need the memory, you can just have agents do the research. Now that adds up. That's more tokens over time. That's how Claude Flow kind of hooks you. It's one of the ways, at least. By basically embedding the memory of certain patterns that you're using into a database, it can just call on those. Okay. Yes. You know, we have the transcript. Phase 2 makes sense, but let's actually make phase 2 and 3. Let's push those up one and make a new phase 2, which ought to be the analysis of the interview, of the transcripts. We're going to need you to analyze those transcripts, create notes on them, because that's going to help us with the ebook moving forward. So what format does Handy export? I'm not even sure what format it exports in. I'm going to need you to test that. The video is like 3 hours long. For naming, yeah, full name, title is fine. This is all public information. Approach. As I said, transcript first, and then analyze the transcript. And then we'll get to the deep cases and integration. We'll get to that stuff afterwards. And then after the transcript, well, we'll talk again. Yeah, I've been researching. Actually, okay, here. This is a slightly different topic, so I'm going to take a pause there for a moment and get back to this project. Good. Can you give me the links to all of the different versions, please? Yeah, good. So, regarding the proper fixes, I think we need to componentize parts of this website, right? Like we have a template. Why should you be going through 12 HTML files? Do you understand? I'm confused as to why you would do that. Do we have a design system in place here? Do we have components? Is this not possible with a static website? I don't understand why we're not doing that. Talk to me. Let's discuss. Good. Okay. Didn't we make 3 different heroes, though? I'm confused. I thought we made 3 different versions. I only see one additional version available here. No, that wasn't supposed to be 3 different states. That was wrong project. I can't actually see the updated hero showcase, and I only see one version. I thought we had 3 of them. Where can I see them all? Please help. Basically asking the same thing here and there. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yes, test handy's export format. For number 2, claims relevant to our manufacturing sympathy ebook. Not only verifiable claims, all claims, and we will have to verify them later. We'll have to figure out how to verify them. Timestamps, how precise? Minute level is okay. Second level, minute and second level is fine. I don't know. Precise, actually, timestamps, they're not too important, actually. The minute level is okay. Phase 2 output, one massive file. Phase 2 output, do whichever makes the most sense to you. And we can get going. All right, I didn't see some of these are working with Sisyphus and some of them aren't. Can you send a team of UI agents? Think of UI agents for every single little subspecialty and have them go over the features page, or the new features page, and give us their feedback. We're going to want to swarm this page to improve the design. Great job so far. Yeah. Why is this? Yeah, get the blood going. Keep my energy up. Okay. All right, everybody's humming. Homepage, carousel, features page. Homepage in general. Okay. Okay. What changes did these agents suggest we make to version 8.1 versus version 8? It's hard for me to tell what the differences even are. How's it going? Yeah, the OpenCode's a little slower, so you can actually probably do more projects simultaneously, which is what it is. No screenshots necessary. But I need you to create agents that are specifically, very, very specifically oriented around user interface design. Okay. understand the intent of our creating all of these different agents. And in the spirit of that intention, please think of more agents that we can use aside from these ones. So I ran into 10 Next.js issues, and I ran into errors with 2 of the 3 different carousels. So I'm going to need you to try and deploy this and test this all yourself and figure out what's going on. It looks like you weren't even done though. You have fixed TypeScript errors and variants, so it looks like you still have more to do. Why? Before you implement these fixes, do research into the code and into the design best practices, and then make a plan to fix it. What the fuck is all this? First off, can you save this list of agents? These are fantastic. I don't know. We just want to save them for future reference. I don't think these are actually real agents right now, but I want to save them. There's some great ideas in here. And yeah, you can recommend, start with the recommended list of agents that you have. But let's also add the core visual agents too. WASM 3, GSAP, WebGL, CSS, etc., etc. Let's add those ones too. So where are we now? What's next? Can I see the pages? Provide the links. Let's just look, actually. So that's a good observation. This is a structural historical analysis and not contemporary conspiracy, not conspiracy theory at all. So after having read that, what do you think you should look at? Without getting into phase 3 or 4, what do you think is some of the most important stuff to stick out from there? Besides for the Prussian education model, there's just so much being discussed. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this looks much better. You definitely streamlined it. However, some of the heroes have a get free appraisal button and a phone number button. Right now, those both lead to the phone number, and we only need one call to action if it's just going to lead to the phone number. So just remove them both. Remove all the calls to action from the hero page. Eisenberg, Miriam Haskell, etc. For all costume jewelry pages and subpages, let's just remove call for free appraisal. Actually, no, 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 no. Keep them. Keep all. So for all the costume jewelry subpages, we need to have two calls to action in the hero. Call for free appraisal as well as email us. It should be in all of the subpages: Trifari, Eisenberg, Miriam Haskell, Coro, Panetta, etc., etc. It should be in all of them. Right now, it's not. Miriam Haskell is empty, whereas Juliana is totally full. So we're gonna have to update that. Um, yeah, we're getting closer though. Oh shit. Issues found here. Docs agent library. Okay, cool. Collect the agent results as they complete. This will take a few minutes. Okay. Updated. The agents sometimes fall asleep. Documentation depth. Let's do both. Let's do A, B, and C. I like them all. And of course, the draft narrative paragraph showing how to weave into manufacturing sympathy. That can be brief. It doesn't have to be in depth. This just has to be high level markers for us for when we actually get to the part where. Actually, the for documentation depth, let's just do level A and B. Contemporary connections. Yes, absolutely. Or actually, no, let's do that in phase 3 for contemporary connections. Let's do that in phase 3. Smoking guns. All of them. There's probably more. There's probably way more. The transcript is dense. It's 3 hours. Did you look at the whole thing? The missing piece is the transcript has very little on foundation, specific media outlets, or contemporary organizations. Should I focus on proving structural theory first? Um, I don't remember what phase 3 is. Let's wait until phase 3 for the fourth part. But I'm going to need you to update all the plans so we don't lose any of these ideas. We've got a lot of ideas floating and we want to nail them down into a plan. Can you go through all of the ideas from the feedback and let's make a plan for addressing every single one of them? I agree. Let's skip the WebGL agent. Cool. Okay. All right, let's exit. Now let's go back, because then we should have Sisyphus installed. And we want the agents. Yes. All right. So regarding the full transcript scan, can you just put a ton of agents onto this? We have dozens and dozens of agents. In fact, we can probably even make more interesting agents specifically for this task based on the transcript that I provided. So can you think of like 25 more agents we could create based on that transcript? Agents that can do research for us. These are research and critical rationalist and logic agents of some sort that would emerge from, that would come from the guest on the interview that I shared with you. Some of this shit is so cringe, but sometimes you just do it and you just gotta say it. Then we'll get back to this. Also possible to fit this row of tabs on a single line. We also want to somehow make it mobile responsive. What do you think? Please save these agents into a separate docs folder, and let's, yeah, I love these agents. Now let's get these agents reviewing the transcript. As a matter of fact, use different agents. Use the institutional capture agent. Use the Dewey Prussian education agent. Use the grant giver analysis agent. Use the rationalist adjacent agent. Use the disaster manufacturing agent. Use the media narrative agent. Use the Latour modern constitution agent. Use the trauma institutional agent. And the selection pressure agent. Use all those. And let's get to it. This, okay, let's take all the feedback we got from the previous feedback session and these, and let's get to them. Make sure to swarm this. Okay. Yes, please commit and push these changes. What? Now we have to do the exact same thing that we did to the costume jewelry section. we have to do it to the fine jewelry section. We have to make sure all the subpages link together and connect to the parent page in the exact same way we just did it. It looks like in the process of working on version 5, on version 8.1, we broke the others. Can we? Can we restore them? But also, I want to remove a few of them. We want to get rid of when I click on the 3JS variant, I get this error. You have a section that's titled "We Don't Just Read Text, We Translate It." But this is the value proposition of all language models. Our specialty is not that we use language models. I mean, that is, but our hit as well. Again, the bonus is that we do this for entire books and YouTube videos and everything else. Not just that we do what language models do. No, remember, what we did with the other pages was also make sure that the tabs were located underneath the hero. We're basically just taking the tabs, we're taking the template roughly that we had before, the hero template with the tabs, and we're carrying it over to fine jewelry. We're going to carry it over to gold and silver. We're going to carry it over to coins. And it's going to work the same way on all those pages with all of those section contents. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you do this in a test-driven way? Ensure regression testing, and then in the end, UAT, the user stories that we're impacting. Please take a look at this error and, oh no, different. Oh. So academic papers to audiobooks built for dense content, that makes a ton of sense, but these examples are not good. You just made these up. The hegemonic discourse perpetuates epistemological frameworks that obfuscate the phenomenological experience. Like, this is just, these are bad examples. And they're also just one sentence examples. Like, can we get some of our favorite agents to look over this approach and think of better ways to communicate this? We need creative design agents, sales support agents, user experience agents. We are just grinding. Let's pull it back in. Let's see what's going on. Let's pull everything back in again. I need we need to make some hard fixes. Are all the agents done? Where are they at? Okay.
We are having a great time out here.
Mm. Yeah, that's right. No, let's hide all of these versions of the homepage and only focus on the original version that was originally titled current. That's all we want. The other versions we can scrap for now. Keep them as V7, V8, 8.1, V9, V10, etc. in the navigate in the URL. Like, we want to keep those paths, but we don't want that sticky menu at the bottom, and we only want the original version of the site.